Hello friends, welcome back to What Cat Reads. For those who are new here, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. And this week I thought I would share some of the crochet projects I have in the works and have been kind of working on a little here and a little there as time allows me to. If you watched my office cleanup, you would have seen that I have buckets and buckets and buckets of yarn. I think I have I have 6 big totes, or big plastic hefty totes full of yarn, plus I have like 4 boxes also in that closet that are just very chunky yarn that I don't really use a whole lot. Just kind of depends on what's going on and what projects I'm working on. So the first one I'm going to share, I have all of them over here, is this gorgeous pink one. This is a corner to corner. So I started here in this corner and I just worked diagonally across, which gives it that really neat design in that pad, in that yarn. This yarn I used is the Lion Brand's ice cream yarn. This one was the raspberry oh, what was the name of that color? Raspberry something. Raspberry souffle, I think, was what it was. This was just a fun yarn that I saw there at Joann's when I had gone, and I wanted to do a blanket. For this one, the only thing I have left is to add a border around it. I'm going to add a white, kind of thicker border with some ruffles around it. This is a gift for one of the pregnant moms at my church, and so I hope that it will keep their little one, their little girl, warm and cozy, and it's small enough that it can be thrown in a diaper bag or into or around them in the car seat once they're buckled in. Another baby blanket I am working on, and this one is in that same ice cream by Lion Brand, but this color is called Blue Moon. And in this one, I'm not very far in it, as you can see, but this one is, I'm working it in rows, going horizontally across the blanket. And this one, the stitch takes a little longer, so it's not working up as fast as I would like, and so I keep setting it to the side to work on other projects. When I finish that one, I may or may not add like a white border around it. I might go with a blue, one of those darker blues that are in that blanket. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna edge it. We'll just have to wait and see when I get closer to being finished. And as I have talked about in some of my monthly wrap-ups, I have been working on a genre blanket, and I am now caught up for August. And so this one I have, and you'll see I have that one single red stripe now that we're getting closer to October. I'm reading a little more horror, hopefully the closer we get. So, and this one is, I am using Hobby Lobbies. I love this yarn. This is an acrylic yarn. And it's just a really very soft yarn. I like it better than Red Heart's Super Saver. It's not quite as scratchy as that acrylic yarn. Acrylic yarn is really nice because you can throw it in the washer and dryer without any problems, but sometimes you trade off that ease of use for how the end product feels. So there's my genre blanket caught up. And I still have to tuck the ends, but for the month of August, it was these 10 rows. And this is using a linen stitch. So I single crochet one and chain one, and then on the next row I'm working in those chain spaces instead of in the top of the stitches that you normally would. And then the last project I'm working on right now is kind of a big project. This one I followed the pattern that was given out by the company who used it, and I think after looking at some other pictures, I think that the directions on it are a little off, so I'm going to do this one and possibly, depending on how I feel, make another one. This one is not a crochet project. This one is actually a knit project, and my knit project is in fact a Doctor Who scarf from the 4th Doctor. So if you know Doctor Who, you'll recognize these colors and this scarf. The BBC put out the original, and they said to use plain knitting, which is what I've done here. It leaves this very flat kind of sheen look to the yarn. But if you look at Tom Baker's costumes, they're actually in a garter stitch for the original scarf. So I'm thinking about going ahead and doing another one in the garter stitch, just to kind of have more of an authentic one. If you have only watched the newer seasons of Doctor Who, this would be the 9th through the 13th Doctor, then you will see a scarf that is worn by a character that is reminiscent of the original, of Tom Baker's original scarf, and that one is in this plain knitting flat stitch that we see here. So those are the projects I have right now. I kind of, as you saw, I have 2 of those baby blanket projects going. That tends to be where I spend the most of my time, is on those gifts for baby showers and things. I love doing them. They're fun. They normally are a little bit challenging just because they are a bigger project. And I do try to find new patterns for just about every blanket I make in those styles. Just to keep my brain activated and interested in these projects, because I kind of have a habit of, if it's something that's not super interesting to me or very monotonous, I'll end up setting it to the side. Normally, while I am working on these projects, you'll find me either watching some TV show. Currently, I think it's Supernatural. Or listening to some audiobook. I do have some blankets for certain parents that as I do the blanket, it's kind of become tradition to watch certain shows. So I have like one family that every time I make a blanket for them, I turn on Doctor Who. Just kind of one of those fun little. It happened with the first two. I was working through the series, and then I just continued on with the next children that they had, just kind of as a fun, reminiscent type thing. So, but those are the projects I'm working on, and that's kind of all I have this week. So I will talk to you guys soon. Please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye.